the Mitch and Friends show. Don Barris is not here today because, unlike Mitch, the child actor, Don is being a grown-up, real-life actor today.
I'm also a real life actor.
Oh, you're a real-life actor for the
Yeah.
grown-up world too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did something in 2017, right? You were on the box cover?
Yeah. And then the only reason why I haven't since then is because like I I cost too much for my time.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. So people
Okay,
don't
that
want to
makes
pay, but
sense.
it's like you got to pay for your worth.
Yeah, that's true. Now, so your goal with your career is to kind of like beat out the George Clooney's and the Brad Pitts of the pricing war?
Well, yeah, I think I can because none of them were in horns, and I don't think any of them have kissed Sabrina Carpenter yet. So I think that prices me up a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you do have a lot of like artistic, creative roles to play before you can be Knuff like Ryan Goslinger. You guys have similar backgrounds, right?
Yeah, we're both Canadian. We're both actors. We've
He's a
both.
dude, though, right?
Well, I'm also a dude too. Yeah, and I think we both made out with Ava Mendes too at some point.
Oh, you
Uh,
did?
Yeah,
Okay,
have to
tell us
fact
your
check
Ava
that one.
Menendez story. He's
I
married to her, right?
yeah, I don't. I was at a party. I was blackout. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember it was Ava Mendes.
Now, you beat up kids for a living. Do you think if Ryan Goslinger watches this show and hears that you were like just off the cuff saying you made out with his wife, who wins in that fight?
I think I'd take them because, like, yeah, I teach kids, but I also teach them to stand up to themselves. Like, if you say you're making out with someone and then they come up over to beat you up, you got to be able to defend yourself. That's what I teach.
So are you challenging Ryan Goslinger to a physical altercation now,
Yeah,
publicly?
yeah, but only if he does it on my show or at the Ding
Oh,
Dong show.
but I mean, it seems like you're kind of asking to be like walking down one of those spiffy Hollywood streets and he walks by and then he's like,
Yeah, well, I have
wait a
my
minute, that's
security
that
with me.
idiot. You would. Okay.
Yeah, I have my security with me
So
too.
you're not okay with a street fight. You're not okay with a street fight.
No,
Okay. Now, does he have to wear like those blow up boxing gloves that kids wear?
nope. He can wear real boxing gloves, and I'll wear the
Okay,
hand
well,
wrapped
ladies and gentlemen,
bandages thing.
yeah, who are you trying to fight right now? Which
No,
hands?
well, no. My friend that I have on, I have to be very, very delicate with her. So Romina got me these gloves to make sure that nothing happens to her. They're like cat gloves. They're really comfy.
Wait, are you like now being a Buffalo Bill where you're cutting people up and wearing their skin?
No, no.
I think he's a furry, Mary Jane.
Well, that's one way I've heard people put it. I needed delicate gloves, and cat paws are really soft. So that's why they were cat paws. It does happen to look like I'm a furry, though.
It's just like you're not going all the way with it. You're
Maybe,
just
nah, then you're only a furry if you're just jerking off dudes, what is it, $5 same as downtown?
It's actually like 750 now.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
inflation, Mary Jane.
Okay. So you're just a furry on your hands while you're jerking other furries off.
Well,
The rest of
it's
you's not a
just to
furry.
protect the friend that I'm bringing on today.
Oh. Oh, so you have a friend. Well, whenever you're ready, Mitch, let's meet your friend.
This is my friend, Miss Kitty Cat. And as you can see, I can't touch her with my skin. I have to touch her with these because she's got very, very sensitive skin. But she was very excited about doing the show today.
I think you're stealing from Jim Henson. It's Miss Piggy, but this is Hello Kitty. So her
Well,
name would be Hello Miss Kitty or
yeah, but
Miss Hello
it's
Kitty.
Hello Kitty is wearing an outfit of a cat, so she's Miss Kitty Cat.
Miss Hello Kitty Cat.
Miss Hello Kitty Cat. Yeah, that's true. And now I'm gonna get her to say hi. Hello.
Okay.
Mary Jane, there's I believe we have Twin Doss, cast member from the Ding Dong Show in the chat, and he says
Oh, a
you got
fellow cast member.
he
You're
said no,
not a
a
cast
cast
member,
member.
Mitch. Go ahead, OMG.
You got pussy gloves now. Checks out. Thank you for that comment, Twin Doss. We appreciate it.
No, it's literally just because I don't want my skin to touch Miss Hello Kitty Cat because she's got sensitive skin. I'm being a good friend on the show.
Okay, and you, Miss Hello Kitty Cat. I'm not blaming her, but she really sounds like when Schizo would mock Mary Jane and Mary Jane's hello voice.
What's Mary Jane's hello voice?
Hello.
No, I'm just doing a generic voice. I mean, she just has a generic voice for a girl. She has hello.
OMG, is
Oh
that
wow.
like a direct insult to Mary Jane or something? The
It
character?
sounds like it. Yeah, it sounds like it.
You're saying that Mary Jane, one of the stars of the Ding Dong Show, I am referring to myself in a third person because it's a character. You're saying that she's just a generic girl?
No, I'm saying the voice that I'm doing is a generic girl. That's why it's not copying yours. Because you said it sounded like Schizo doing a copy, and I'm saying no, it's not Schizo doing a copy of yours. Because mine just sounds like a generic girl.
So you're accusing Schizo of thinking Mary Jane's just a generic girl.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'm also saying that I think our voices just sound similar because me and Schizo have this parallel thought going on.
Oh, the parallel thought, same as the joke theft?
Yeah.
You should be very concerned if that's the truth.
Why? Schizo was funny. He was a regular on the Ding Dong Show.
He was a star. See,
Right.
Mitch, the ladder you have to climb is first actual cast member, then regular cast member, and then maybe you could be a star.
So wait, what's the ladder again? First there was what?
Actual cast member,
Okay.
then regular cast member, kind of
What's
learning, developing.
what's the difference between actual cast member and regular cast member?
No, actual cast member. Well, actual cast member, you're not a cast member.
Right, but
You
you
haven't
said
been accepted. So
you-
actual cast member, because you're not actually a cast member.
well, okay, how long do I have to wait till I'm actually a cast member?
Oh, till Dawn says so.
Okay, well, what's the waiting period like? Because I feel like I've been, being really funny, and Don was
Okay.
helping punch up my jokes.
All right, I'll answer that. In the history of me being in the Ding Dong Show for like 21 years now, most people, if they stick around and cooperate like 3 weeks, they just immediately become regular cast member.
Interesting. So what's been the holdup with me then? Is it because
You'll have
like
to.
I don't want
Is
to? Don
Romina
doesn't want me
there?
up shadowing. Let
Is
me find
Romina
out.
there?
Let me see if she's asleep.
Okay.
I'm worried that Don. Are you sure Don is there and Mitch didn't kidnap him and put him in a cage with Romina somewhere or something?
No. Dawn is on an actual set doing a big, real Hollywood movie for grown-ups, not
I
like
asked
Mitch being a
Romina. She
cowbell.
said I'm not a cast member and I'll never be a cast member. She was saying that joke.
Okay, no, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. See, I was just checking because if Dawn's not here, I wanted to collaborate with my co-producer to see, and I stand by her statement. She explained it very well.
Well, I think Don's absolutely right. She's getting a lot funnier with her jokes now. Like when I walked in there and she said, "You'll never be a cast member," I was like, "That is a good one."
We've got
That's
a comment from a cast member in the chat, Mary Jane.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
Please go ahead.
Twin Doss says you'll never make it to cast members if you continue with those sexist statements like generic woman voice, whatever that is.
It's a generic woman voice, like "Hello, Kitty. Hello, Kitty. Mitch is awesome and really funny." See?
I don't know if she's your real friend.
Miss Hello Kitty Cat, are you my real friend? Of course I am. Why would anyone think otherwise? That's what I've been saying. First, it was Greg and Oscar and Crookshank that no one believed were my friends, and now it's you.
Well, they were, I believe the unanimous verdict was that the previous you mentioned, they were just your butt plugs.
Okay, well, now I gotta go see how they feel about that. statement.
Okay.
No, you can't put him in. You can't put him in right now. He's talking about how they feel and stuff.
That's not what I meant by feel. That's not
Uh,
what I meant by feel.
we have a comment from Don's Mustache Lover 1. I
Okay,
believe
yes,
that's
please.
uh,
That's Cyberstalker Don's Mustache Lover 1. Go ahead.
I
quote
don't like
unquote
that.
generic woman number one, end quote, sounds like Mitch's last acting credit.
Well, I told you
That's
guys I
true.
was. I am a real actor, just like how Don's on set being a real grown-up actor. I'm also a real grown-up actor. Now,
Well, let me ask you this. Do you play actual grown-up men on film, or do you play actual grown-up women on film, or the in
well,
between?
I think a lot of times it's the women, but I think it's because they're like, oh, it'd be so funny to get this guy, this really manly guy, to dress up as a woman on our thing. So I think
So
that's
you're
why they do that.
being and so you're being LGBTQ plus friendly?
Yeah, yeah, that's all it is. And like, there's no one more LGBTQ plus friendly than me, so that's why they cast me in those roles as the women.
Are
It has
these
nothing. They
are these
know that I'm a
roles
man, though.
or are these movie things or TV shows or are you going to parties? Just to clarify.
No, they're movies and TV things. I do go to parties though for those because I got a network. And then every time I do, they're like, "Your hair's a lot shorter than I thought it was." And
Um,
I have to explain to them that, like, yeah, when I have long hair, that's me playing a woman. But I am a man. That's why I have shorter hair than when I'm playing a woman.
sorry, Mitch, we have an important comment from somebody in chat named Cyberstalker, Don's Mustache Lover 1.
Ugh, I don't like them.
Uh, Mitch looks like he was Ellen DeGeneres' stand-in, and I want to comment on that. They use the word he, and I think it's she. So Mitch looks like she was Ellen DeGeneres' stand-in. I hate to correct him, but that's true though,
Well,
right?
okay. If I'm a woman, how do you explain the fact that I played Fortnite the other day?
Well, I've played.
Previously, I'll answer this, Old Man G, and then you can then chime in afterwards. Previously on Old Man G's Fight Club, I think Katrina did way, way better than you, and she was on his show for like over a year.
What did she get? More than 4 kills?
Oh yeah, yeah. Katrina's really got to play with her the other day, as a matter of fact. So Katrina, I
Well, I
still
think
play.
that's only because I was bogged down by playing somebody that had a dress on, and I didn't want that to show because it was like important for me, so that's why I couldn't focus on the kills.
But you're Sabrina Carpenter. You dressed up as her for Halloween, so you're not
Well, yeah, that's
comfortable in
true.
your
I
own skin
also have
anymore.
a producer making me die every single time.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true either.
Well, if you go back and listen to the stream, you can hear me say, "Romina got me killed again."
Yeah, you did keep
We
saying that a lot, but I don't think that necessarily means that it was true, though.
you do say Romina did this, Romina did that a lot, and I've witnessed in real life like she did no such thing.
Like what?
Well, like how you
Uh,
say she's your girlfriend and stuff.
yeah.
Well, if she's not my girlfriend, then how do you explain the fact that she's living with me?
You trap her in a cage.
That's still living with me. She's in the same building.
Is okay, okay, okay. Do you have any other friends today, or just
Yes,
your?
I brought Princess Persephone because I wanted to let her know. How do you feel at the fact that people are calling you a butt plug? I don't like it. I know, because you're my friend, right? Yeah, I'm his real friend. Thank you. And Crookshank, how do you feel about it? I don't like it either. I know. Crookshank is Australian, by the way. I'm not a butt plug. He's a good friend of mine. Thank you.
I believe he was British last week.
Yeah, I think that's still a British accent. I don't think that's Australian either.
Okay, well, maybe I was wrong. British and Australia, they're very, very similar. They're
Uh,
basically the
But
same.
as a real life grown up actor, shouldn't you be able to decipher and deliver the difference between British and Australian? Especially you being from Canada, being the third wheel of that very similar thing.
Well, everyone knows on any professional set, if you're like a real grown up professional actor like me, that they have a dialect coach there to help you. decipher that. So I'm not a
And
dialect
that
coach. That's
dialect
why I
coach,
couldn't.
they help you with your auditions to get like lots more work?
No, they help you while you're on set too, to make sure you know what the accent is, make sure that you can do it. Like with Crookshank, I knew he sounded like a Brit. I just had to guess because I don't have a dialect coach with me for this show.
Well, we have a few YouTube comments that I'm a little bit behind on. Is it okay
Okay.
if I catch up on this, Mary Jane?
Yeah, go
Yes,
ahead. I'd
please.
love to hear from my fans.
This World Blows Cyberstalker says if Mitch releases his nudes, he'll get ahead quicker. So that's probably true. Cyberstalker Total Bitch says, think about it like this, Mitch. Are you anywhere near as funny as Janet Roth? I think that's something that everybody should think about.
No, she is pretty funny.
She used to have a show on this channel too.
She did?
Yeah, on this time slot. So you got big shoes to fill. Total Cyberstalker Total Bitch also says Mitch should take a comedy class.
I should teach a comedy class. I
No,
agree.
Take.
Well,
Is that what
I
they
will
said, or
say
did you switch
this.
it?
If he
No, they
is
said that.
aspiring to be an actual ding donger, I think the best comedy class in the world is just hanging out with Don, talking to Don, and trying to be in the Ding Dong Show.
I
So
agree, and
I
having Don punch up my jokes.
yeah, Don's not here. Do you want me to pretend I'm Don and punch up some jokes, or you'll wait till next show?
No, we can do that.
Okay.
I wrote a couple. You know how in the Olympics they have the track meet? Well, I was thinking about this, like what do sprinters eat before a track meet? Nothing. They fast. Do you get it? Because like they go fast. I like that one.
Okay. As Dawn, not as Mary Jane. Okay, so you know how Olympic things, they have a track meet, and what do they eat before the track meet? Nothing, because they fast. And my name's Mitchell, and I'm a girl, and I'm always mean
All right, hold
by
on.
keeping
Hold that thought. I
in
gotta
a
make sure my
cage.
dog doesn't bark. Okay, she left. Because my name is Michelle, and what?
And by keeping Romina in a cage.
Oh, I think you broke up a little bit, Mary Jane.
The last line I gave Mitch to type was, "I'm mean. I keep Romina in a cage."
Okay.
And then I have one more line.
Oh, okay.
Ouch! My vagina hurts. But those are the cards I've been dealt.
While
Well,
he's typing that, we have a comment from Mitch's mommy, Cyberstalker.
Oh yes, please.
that one.
The only thing Romina has fine. The only thing. Hold on. The only thing Romina has done wrong was meet you. Sorry, it was.
I don't think she would be saying that if she wasn't asleep in her cage right now. Let me try that joke. See what the audience thinks. I like mine. But Mary Jane is really funny, so she knows.
But I did it as that was my impression of Don Barris punching up your jokes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see if they like it. You know, at the Olympics they do the track meet. Well, I was wondering what do sprinters eat before they do a track meet? Nothing. They fast. And my name is Michelle, and I'm mean by keeping Romina in a cage. Ouch, my vagina hurts. But those are the cards I've been dealt.
Clap, 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 clap.
Oh, that's so good. That's a very good one.
Do the cyberstalkers think that one's funny too?
Yeah, let's check.
Cyberstalker Total Bitch says having sex with Mitch. This is a comment on the joke, I think. Having sex with Mitch is like eating a chicken lettuce wrap, but instead of chicken, it's human poop. So I think that's a pretty good critique on the joke.
I don't see how that works with the joke, but yeah, I'll take it into consideration.
Cast member Twin Doss says, I just wish Romina could also fastly leave your house.
Fastly leave my house. That's a good one. I like that one. I wrote a joke, speaking of Australia, about Australians.
Okay, now wait a minute. Is this a racism since you're actually Canadian?
No, this isn't a racism because Crookshank is Australian.
British.
Okay. British, actually.
All right. So you know how there's that stereotype about how Australians like boomerangs? Well, I was thinking, what do you call a boomerang if it doesn't come back? You're gonna like this one. You call it a stick. You get it?
No.
Is that the end?
Yeah, that's the end because it's like a boomerang. The thing that makes it a boomerang is coming back. If it's not, it's just a stick. So I like that one. Um,
Okay,
how do you think I should punch that up?
you okay, as not as Mary Jane, but as Don Barris, I'd say okay, everything you just said before, I'm not gonna say it back to you. But when you say a stick, oh yeah, and then you do have to explain your joke because Australians like boomerangs and the boomerangs go and come back. That's why it's a stick. So
Mhm.
the way you said it was good. And then you say, and but the reason why my boomerang didn't come back is because my name's Mitch and I threw it up my ass. And then when I tried to retrieve it, I just pulled out a stick because I keep a lot of things in my ass. And that's why it makes me funny, I think. And those are the cards that I've been dealt.
Let me write this down.
We have a comment from Cyberstalker Ponyboy. It says Mitch tried to hit on my girlfriend last night. Or last week. Sorry, she sent me the screenshots. He says his band is about to get signed. And then we have a comment from Cyberstalker RO. We'll call them. Mitch's band is about to get signed in the same way he's almost a cast member. LOL. Never going to happen. And I think
I'm telling
that's.
you, we're this close to getting signed. We just have to wait for the paperwork.
But let's hear the punched up joke.
Okay, so you know how in Australia there's this stereotype that Australians like boomerangs? Well, I was thinking, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. You get it? Because the thing that makes it a boomerang is that it comes back. If not, it's just a stick. But the reason why my boomerang didn't come back is that my name is Mitch and I threw the boomerang up my ass. And then when I tried to retrieve it, I realized I keep a lot of stuff in my ass. And I think that's why I'm
No,
so
no, no,
funny.
no.
No?
Thing you say when I pulled a stick out of my ass.
Sorry,
Oh,
you're breaking up, Mary Jane.
yeah, I did.
But somebody in this world, Cyberstalker, says Mitch is pretty good at fingering butts. So I just want to throw that in there real quick. Go ahead, Mitch.
I don't know how they would know that, but the thing about comedy is it's supposed to be rooted in truth, and I don't know how they would know that. Anyways, you know how there's this stereotype, speaking of rooted in truth, you know how there's this stereotype that Australians really like boomerangs? Well, I was thinking, what would you call a boomerang that didn't come back? A stick, because the thing that makes it a boomerang is that it comes back. If it doesn't do that, that would just be throwing a stick. Do you get it? I think the reason my boomerang didn't come back is my name is Mitch and I threw it up my ass. Then when I tried to retrieve it, I pulled a stick out of my ass. I keep a lot of stuff in my ass, and I think that's why I'm so funny. But those are the cards I've been dealt.
Clap, 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 clap.
You messed it out.
Oh,
Did
I
it
did?
didn't put the word funny in there.
Say that again?
I keep a lot of you just say I keep a lot of things in my ass, but those are the cards that I've been dealt, not the what makes you funny.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. Okay.
No, that's not what Mary Jane said as Dawn punching up your jokes.
I don't know. I think Don might have said something about me being funny, but
what
I'll
is that?
I'll take it out.
What does that handwritten
Yeah.
sign behind you say, by the way?
I actually don't know. I'm gonna take it down. I can't even read that. I didn't write that. Romina wrote that. This is my favorite movie, though.
Oh, the mag, huh?
I like that movie a lot. And this is
Were
a
you in it?
terrible. Yeah, I played the Meg.
I don't think that's true.
You don't think I could be a shark? Look at this.
No.
Tell me that's not a shark.
We got an important message from High Five Protege Cyberstalker. Says, hello, I'm in the middle of rehearsing with the band for a wedding, but I came in to ask if Mitch finally had a friend on. Thanks. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Old Man G.
I do. Look, right here.
So
This is Miss Hello Kitty Cat.
let me answer High Five Protege here. No, he does not. I'm sorry. He doesn't.
I feel like every time I bring my friend on, you guys just completely discount my friends, and that's a little disrespectful. You guys and Don.
Well, let's see this. Maybe to counteract our what you call a judgment or critique on your friends, why don't you bring in a just basic medical printout of their vital signs, like just heartbeat, blood flow, brain activity?
HIV tests.
That's a little accessible, Manji. That's a little excessive.
Just want to make
Just
sure.
if their brain has activity and their heart is beating and their blood flow is working.
I can do that. Do you need it to be signed by a real doctor?
Yes, it needs to be actual real medical stuff.
Okay.
Should we get a brainwave printout of the doctor who signs it as well? Because it could be a stuffed animal doctor.
Yes, a brainwave and vitals of the doctor as well.
Okay, if you can text me all that, I can get that by next week.
Okay.
Wait, is it going to make sense to Dawn if I just randomly show up with a chart of brainwaves and vitals?
Yes.
Okay.
Omanji, you have a group text between Don and Mitch. Could you please type in there his assignment for this week?
So should I wait until Don is done with his grown-up movie?
No, I've got his phone right here.
Oh, okay.
I've got everything. And I informed all the different PAs and people that I had all his stuff, so he didn't worry. And everyone knows where I am.
Question. When you say Dawn is doing like a grown-up film, is it someone filming on their iPhone or is it like a real film?
Oh no, this is a very good setup. Yeah. You'll have to ask him yourself on this. No, it's big real cameras, a whole crew of like at least 50 people or more.
Do you think he's telling them about his best friend who was a child actor and who is also still an actor?
You know what? He's actually shooting right this second. So I witnessed all the pre-shooting banter and the wardrobe and the, audio and the, like all the different, and the hanging out, talking to the other actors for just a few minutes. And you weren't mentioned one bit.
Okay. He probably doesn't want to like overwhelm them with like, hey, this is my best friend. He's really funny. I help him with his jokes. So that makes sense. He probably wants to be a little bit more professional.
Well, so you and him are very humble in the sense of like you don't name drop randomly.
That's true. He's the only person that I actually name drop. Like I'll just be like, oh, like if I get denied at like a McDonald's, I'll be like, oh, okay, but my best friend's Don Barris. Are you sure? Like that's the only time.
What do you do about this Sabrina Carpenter kissing lie?
It's not a lie. It's a real thing. Like you can watch it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I think it's not a lie, but I think the actual joke is when Dawn says that she doesn't know who I am.
Well, that's what she said when he saw her at the VMAs and was making out with her.
Yeah, but did anyone see him at the VMAs? Was there any witnesses?
There's photographic evidence.
It's been on some blog posts and stuff.
Okay. Well, it is 6 p.m.
Yeah, and speaking of that, somebody in the chat wants to know, Mitch, real quick, what kind of sports bra are you wearing right now? What do you recommend?
This is just a regular t-shirt. But I can get a recommendation for you on what to recommend.
I think they were just wondering what you were wearing right now.
Oh yeah, just a shirt.
So he's not going to tell you guys. Sorry about that. It is
6 p.m. now. And I don't want to overwhelm the fans with all my jokes. I don't want to give away my new material.
Okay, and you'll perform and show Don the two jokes I punched up as Don Barris tomorrow at the Ding Dong Show. They can come out and see us.
Yes.
If you're in Hollywood, please come at 10 p.m. to the world famous Comedy Store, the Belly Room on the Sunset Strip. Please reserve your tickets online at www.thecomedystore.com. Click calendar, click Belly Room. Or if you are not in Los Angeles, You can tune in right here on the channel you're watching, twitch.tv/Simply Don the Twitch, or YouTube, A with the Circle, SDTPN at 10:30 p.m. Mitch, do you have any final words?
Me and oh no, I touched her with my real hand. Me and Miss Hello Kitty Cat say goodbye.
We have one last question, if it's
Okay,
okay.
that's good. Yeah.
Mary Jane, it says Cyberstalker Banto says, Mary Jane, can you ask Mitch about his general stamina when it comes to sex? How long is his usual sexual encounter? I feel like that'd be a good one to go out on.
I think it's going to be
Usually,
a lie. So, I mean, let's see what Mitch says. You just asked him. Go ahead.
well, it depends. Like I can go for like an